I still get chills, guys. I still get chills every time I hear it. I just get all pumped up, ready for our show. You know, I love it. Welcome everybody to Wednesday Night Baseball Banter, presented by CBM. I am Ed, and with me, who do I have?
Anna Tommaso of the Baseball Bucket List.
What?
I'm Paul Caputo, broadcasting live, as always, from the Helmet Sunday Hall of Fame in my basement in Fort Collins, Colorado.
Broadcasting live.
Yeah, actually live, not broadcasting, still streaming, still it's all ones and zeros. There's no airwaves involved, but still.
I love messing with you with that one just because it's just hilarious. It's like, we're broadcasting live. I'm like, are you broadcasting live? Are you?
I'm not. I'm definitely not.
But months later, broadcasting live.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's people watching this, months from now.
That's true.
Time is suspended. However, the little upper left-hand corner says live.
It does.
So,
all right. But
that's what we got going for us.
To that person watching months from now, greetings from the past.
Who won the World Series?
Who won the World Series?
Right. Tell us. Send us a message. We want to know.
All right. I'm always so excited for this part of the show because now is when we learn what's on the agenda, what's on the itinerary for this evening.
Well, we got a couple of things that we're going to discuss tonight. First, Major League Baseball playoffs. I mean, it's getting there. Anna already sent me a, hey, Ed, don't get offended. And I'm like, all right. Okay, Anna, I do not appreciate that tone of voice from you in that text message.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just telling it like it is.
Then we also have our friend here, Paul, has to address some things regarding his Phillies.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess you say you wanted to talk about your Phillies.
I thought you had hard-hitting questions for me. No. Like, what's the name of the Phillies font? It's called Script Worst. Script worst, like script.
Like it's really bad. Worse, like it's really bad.
Like worst, like a sausage. It's meant to look like script. Like if you wrote letters out in sausage, it would be script worst, and that's the Phillies font.
I'll never look at it the same.
Yeah. I actually had to call the team to learn that once, and I quoted them in a blog post years ago when I had a blog. And it was our most searched term that brought people, like they have these little widgets where they tell you like what term brings people to your website the most.
Yeah.
People searching what is the Phillies font, that was the thing that brought most people to this blog.
Seems to me like they missed an opportunity to just call it Phillies font with a PHONT, right?
That's pretty good. A PHONT.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And I gotta address something really quick here, Philip. Be careful what you say. NL East right now is at the top. You're at the top, but you're tied for first. You're not at the top. You're tied. So just saying, my friend.
Philip's a Braves fan, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, we gotta get his comment up here.
He is a Bravos fan.
He's a Braves fan.
All right.
I'm
not handling the comments because last time we screwed it up, so I'm gonna.
No. I got it. We got both Michael and Virgil are waving hello.
Then we also got to talk about the minor league season coming to an end, guys. Minor league baseball season is here. That's it.
I have a big blowout for the end of the season planned.
Do you?
I've got a trip planned.
Oh, that's right.
That is the working title for that trip right now is Amy Palooza. Amy Palooza.
Why don't you? Well, Ranger Amy Palooza.
Ranger Amy, not Palooza. Palooza.
Yeah.
Ranger Amy Palooza. That's
watching the Leones de Yucatán versus the Diablos Rojos de Mexico.
Oh, Diablos Rojos.
Yeah, Red Devils.
Man. I like it. All right. What else is on our agenda tonight? What else are we going to get to?
And then I only have 4 things, and then obviously we leave it up, open for other things to talk about.
Okay.
But the American Association playoffs started, right?
Yeah.
I believe that at least Anna and I are having that, being streamed through YouTube right now. So, we wanted to make sure that we're watching that. And then, of course, obviously, I already made my pick for who's going to move on to the first round. Am I going to be proven right? I want to see what my record is after the first round is over.
I have the Monarchs repeating this year.
They're going to be tough to beat. It's true.
They are a tough team.
They're a good team. They're a good team.
Yeah.
But don't
And you
sleep on
cannot
my
go
Buffalo.
against a great name like Monarchs. That's a good name
Yeah.
for a baseball team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. All right. Well, let's do it. You so you've got which one are we doing first? We're doing your American League first here?
No, let's go MLB and take care of that part. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, so first of all,
I'm
sorry. You said MLB. I thought you were talking about National League. Are you going first or am I going first? Are we talking Guardians, Rays?
Wow, I was gonna say, I was like, we have a new name here, buddy. New name.
Cleveland and Tampa Bay. Or are we talking about my Phils here?
Well, let's just talk overall playoffs. If the playoffs were to start today, you have Houston at the top and the Yankees in second, so they both would be off, right? So they would not be playing. So Cleveland would be hosting, I believe it's Toronto.
Okay.
Tampa would be hosting Seattle.
Mm-hmm. The Rays. Here's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
The two longest playoff droughts in all of Major League Baseball right now are the Mariners, who have not been there since 2001.
Correct.
And the Phillies, my Phillies, who have not been there since 2011.
The Orioles already done it?
When did Pittsburgh go?
Oh, Pittsburgh was
pretty close to never.
No, but they were
a couple of years ago. They went.
Yeah. The wild card has like totally screwed this up. There's a bunch of teams who like were in, played the one game play-in wild card game, and that counts as they made the playoffs. So like
I remember my Guardians at that time, Indians play that one game.
Yeah. So yeah, like the Pirates, the Orioles, there's a bunch of teams. Here you go.
Yeah, the people who don't the Reds have the one wild card game, and the poor people I remember on Twitter saying like, I ordered playoff gear and it got here too late.
Yeah. Can
That's
you imagine getting shut out in the play-in game?
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
At least it's not a no-hitter.
Yeah.
At least it's not a no-hitter. That's right.
So let's cover the NL division. So LA Dodgers and Atlanta would be idle, right? So they would be off.
Have the buys. All right.
Correct. New York Metropolitans, well, and it would either be playing your Phillies or San Diego. Right now, they're both tied for that last wild card. San Diego. And then a great matchup right now. Well, actually, it would be a good matchup because, this whole thing is all messed up because you got Atlanta and New York. So, okay, so let's say the Atlanta is tied. Yep. It's first. And then so the Mets will be hosting Philly. Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. My hope is that the Phillies sort of eke in, like, let the Padres pass them and the Phillies end up playing like the Cardinals. Let the Braves and the I don't know, the Padres and the Braves or the Padres and the Mets would have to play each other if the Padres were the second wild card. And then the Phillies would play the third division winner. So the Phillies
how big of a disappointment would it be for San Diego not to make it?
They'll make it. The Brewers can't get over themselves. The Brewers have lost 2 in a row to the Rockies.
Well, look at New York, the Yankees, who lost a bunch of games, even to Oakland as well. So.
Yeah, but they're like firmly entrenched in a playoff spot here. The Brewers are the only threat to the Phillies and the Padres right now.
Yeah, Yankees are going to make it, but I'm just saying, like, they're making it difficult. I mean, imagine if Tampa, ekes him over the Yankees.
Yeah.
Do you mean win? To the person watching in the future, predicted the future there. I won't say that. I will say it's been a very exciting last 2-3 weeks as compared to some, few weeks before that, for multiple reasons. Obviously, the Rays kind of getting it in gear and the wheels falling off of the New York team. But I'm very excited because today we had Tyler Glass now throw an inning in Durham, and there is a more than slim probability that we get him back for the postseason. And if that happens, then I don't know, guys. So we'll see. And Wander's back down there too. So hopefully they get healthy and we get our team back together. And you know, with Glass now healthy, even in any small role, it's a big deal for us.
Oh, that would be so. That would be full of. First of all, I want to say that Tampa Bay is full of ex-Guardians, ex-Indians. So, just saying.
Now, right now, see this would be very difficult because you would have the all like positive public sentiment matchup with if the Mariners and the Rays played each other. Like people would they'd be like tripping over each other to try to like figure out who to root for.
Yeah,
That's a tough one.
It'd be tough,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it'd be tough. Yeah, I worry about that too, Chris. I do. I think I think that might have been what happened last year. So hopefully, but maybe
that could be the same with the Yankees, though. They peaked too soon.
Yeah, but if they find a way to get the rails, get back on the rails here later on, then it could be perfect timing for them. But it's all just there we go. Yeah, I feel like you get some fresh blood in the lineup again, and it could be good news.
Could be.
So.
Yeah.
What
it's
do I
so
know?
intriguing, this playoff stuff, man.
I know. Well, it's funny because like right now, if the Phillies win the second wild card spot, they have to play the Braves or the Mets. And to be honest, I don't want any part of either the Braves or the Mets in the playoffs.
But you want St. Louis.
I want St. Louis. I want the Phillies to win the third wild card spot and play a crappy division winner instead of a really good NL East, wild card team.
That would be so crazy.
I know. So like, yeah, do you like send the shortstop out to pitch on the last day of the season if you've got the third playoff spot on the line here? So
a bullpen game of nothing but like infielders.
Yeah, call up your Lakewood Blue Claws starting rotation and just put them in the game for the day.
Get the low A kids in here.
Exactly.
Let's get them some experience.
Yeah. No such thing as low A anymore.
No, it's just regular single A and high A.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. So this is intriguing. It's great. I mean, I for Cleveland, I like the Toronto matchup. I think Cleveland, plays really well against Toronto. I do not want to see Seattle at all.
No, the Mariners are so good right now. They've been since like June. The Mariners have been so good.
Sheesh.
So good. The reason I know this is because my running buddy Chris is a big Mariners fan. And so, I get to hear every single day about their record since June 23rd.
Listen, I love the Mariners. I think they're a great team. You know what I mean? They're one of my favorite teams to watch, but I just don't want any part of that team at all in the playoffs because they're red hot.
Yep. Best record in baseball since like mid-June. I don't know why June 23rd is this like magic cutoff, but that's the number I keep hearing is their record since June 23rd.
Isn't that like All-Star game?
I know,
like at the beginning of the All-Star.
July. Maybe Anna knows when the All-Star game was. I don't know, but
yeah, July, definitely July. But Zach is right. The Rays shouldn't have traded away Mr. Baseball, Joey Wendell. Perhaps my favorite player of all time, and he's right. Like I feel like he's the X factor. If we had him, we'd be running the East.
Joey Wendell with no batting gloves is amazing.
What about here's a question for you guys. Do they reseed after the first round? Like suppose the third seed and the sixth seed, well, the third seed wouldn't make it. Well, suppose the 6th seed and the 4th seed win. Do they reseed? Like do they know already which team, which bracket goes to which division winner?
No, I think the way that it is set up, if it was to start now, like the winner of Cleveland, Toronto will play Houston. And then the winner of Tampa, Seattle will play the Yankees. So there's no reseeding. It's just that's how it just boom, boom, boom goes.
So Cleveland. So see, that doesn't. I don't understand. That doesn't make sense because the Astros are the 1 seed. So the 1 seed could ostensibly
Houston will always get the low. If Houston stays at top, Houston will always get the lowest seed.
So they do reseed. That was my question. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So the Astros could end up playing anybody. They could play the Rays, the Mariners, or the Blue Jays, but not the Guardians because the Guardians are the 3 seed.
So it should be interesting.
Yeah, Mike Sellers has it exactly right. That's basically just like when the Mariners went on a hot streak.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, they're cherry picking the stats, but it's all right.
It's
Yeah.
baseball.
running buddy Chris is okay with it.
Darla always says like, "Oh, here comes baseball." With their stats. They're on a
Right.
winning streak when they're batting left, and one of them farted, and that's they just make
Ed
up these
Rivera.
crazy stats.
Language.
Sorry, there it goes
Speaking-
again. I gave Mike Sellers his,
Yeah.
his,
Speaking of wives, I just
uh-huh.
as an aside, the Earned Fun Average podcast today had me just absolutely rolling. Like, it was such a crack up listening to their wives like barely conceal their contempt for baseball, podcasts, and their husbands. I mean, it had me just rolling.
I
So-
started it, but I haven't listened to it, so it's on my thing to do tomorrow running.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to listen to it either, but I just know from Eric's Twitter profile where it says, "My wife says I am not a baseball influencer." I can imagine what it's going to be like. I'm excited to hear it.
I love it. I love it, and the fact that like they're both huge fans,
Mhm.
right? Both Patrick.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric and our friend Go Waterbots, right? Such big fans, and it's just like their wives are like, "Nah, I don't even wear a hat."
It's International Manatee Day. Did you know this?
Who knew
it's,
that?
Yeah.
But this is we might potentially have a manatee on this mug. We don't know. This is SeaWorld of Texas, with my name on it from when I was like, I don't know, 6.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Quality.
I would wear my manatee's hat, but I gave it away.
Ah.
Yeah.
I hear a little bit of regret in that
Well,
inflection.
I gave it to someone I went on like 3 dates with. She was from there. She had been to some games. I was like, "Oh, I have this hat that I never
And you
wear."
only went with her 3 dates.
Yeah.
You could have waited till the 5th date.
Could have waited till the 5th date. That seems a little transactional, It's
Yeah, well, yeah. Now that we've made it to the 5th date, here's
exactly. Here's the hat. The 5th date is famous for being the one where you give away the hat.
There you go. Not just a hat, a dad hat.
A dad hat, no less. Exactly.
I got a question for y'all.
Okay, good.
All right, so American Association starting the playoffs. This is the first one of many.
Yes,
There we
agreed.
go, Chris.
I think Amy would be disappointed if I went on a date with Shannon just to get my hat back.
Take one for the team.
I think Amy Pauluza would be canceled.
Right off the bat.
But you'd have a hat, maybe.
But I would have my manatee's hat maybe back.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ish.
Maybe I'll just see if I can find a hat online somewhere.
I've been looking, dude. It ain't happening.
I'm gonna say there's a fair probability that your exact hat might be online, Paul.
I think there's a good chance that that's true.
Do it for the manatees. Do it for the animals.
Do it for the manatees. I just had a great interview with Amy about Columbia fireflies. We've got a great like the synchronous fireflies in Congaree National Park there in South Carolina. Super cool. Wait till you guys learn some things about these fireflies. And I feel like I'd like totally cut.
Jeez, Jack.
This is funny. We didn't go on enough dates for there to be any acrimony for her to be throwing things away like that.
All right, Anna, what was your question?
Well, I kind of like the path we went down there, but my question is just, we're wrapping up the end of the minor league season here, and so you guys got any plans to get out somewhere before it wraps up? What do we got going on? Anybody doing anything? Trips planned?
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear from the crowd too.
I have I do have a, and if you're in the comments section, throw it out there. I've got a huge sort of bucket list trip, not huge, but a substantial trip that I've been waiting to do for a long time. I am tomorrow flying to Seattle. We're going, Amy and I are going to a Friday afternoon, a random Friday afternoon game in Everett, an Aqua Sox game. Driving to Vancouver, and we're going to stay 2 nights in Vancouver, and we're going to see a Canadiens game up there in Vancouver. And then we are driving back to Seattle and flying out Sunday night, but we will be going to a Mariners game is it still called Safeco? Wherever the Mariners play, we're going to
T-Mobile Park.
Yeah.
T-Mobile, of course. So we've got so that's my big Pacific Northwest fling here to end the season, to end the minor league season. So Aqua Sox, Canadiens, and Mariners.
What would the head
I'll
belong
tell
in
you.
the ball do for the value of the head?
I can tell you the reason I gave it away is it didn't fit quite right, and I was just never going to wear it. It had like a weird sort of like bunching up thing over here. It was not a great fit. If it was like a 47 brand or a Zephyr, I never would have given it away.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
I've learned recently some things about the Zephyr organization and the origins of that hat brand, and I have a newfound affinity for it because
Pretty
of
cool stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, this podcast that I listened to had some pretty interesting insight there.
I mean, I hear that guy's pretty awesome, so you guys should listen to it. No, it was really, and I would like to also apologize to my friend Kelly. They were the first dual guest on my podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
him and Christina.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He sent me a text message, and I was like, "My bad, dude. I suck."
I did that.
He's like, "Hey, what the hell?"
I did that to him too, like a couple weeks ago. I was like, I think you're the first person who's running a mascot race, and he was like, "Hello,
I'm here."
Well, it's like I told both of you guys that you were the sole influence on me starting a podcast.
Yes, and we're gonna keep it that way. That's it. We're moving on. God, Paul.
Durham, Jacksonville, and Gwinnett. That's fun.
That's a good trip."
You gotta let me know. I'm not going anywhere. So let me know exactly when for the Durham one. But I'll be
First
here.
time to those parks, Mike, or second trips? What is it?
Durham is such a nice park.
It's beautiful. I need to get back out there. But this year, the last one.
Let me know so you can bring your pops with you.
Yeah. All right. He would love that. The last one on my schedule for this year is the Sugarland Space Cowboys. The newly named Sugarland Space Cowboys.
Sugarland Skeeters.
I'm a little nervous that I'm going to get, last picks at the team store. So that's the only thing, going so late in the season. I don't know, but we'll see. We're going to go visit some friends in Houston and take their kiddos to their first minor league game, I think. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Baseball Poodle is heading to the Tortugas.
Nice.
Weather permitting.
It is Florida.
I feel like the poor Tortugas lose like 30% of the games to weather.
Well, this was what do you call it? The Eric the Peanut guys, the Tri-City Dust Devils, for like so many years, like the big featured thing, and like in that the podcast episode I did about them, like the fact that I totally love about that team is they did not own a tarp. And it's because they played from June to September basically because they were short season, and now that they're full season, they play in April and May, and they actually have to own a tarp now. So for the first time in their history, they own a tarp now, and I was very sad to learn that. So
interesting. I just really want to see them try to open that up, like for the first time, because they've never had to use it, and most of those people have been there for so many years, right?
Seeing probably them bats living in it or something. They'll just like. Then you can interview Ranger Amy about the bats living in the tarp.
I will. She's a bat expert. She would have a lot to say about that, I think.
Right? For real?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like Philip's question here. Which hat in your collection do you think would bring the most money at a baseball hat auction?
I have an answer.
Yeah, let's hear it, Anna.
My answer is up here in that little display case behind me is a Portland Sea Dogs cold weather cap with the ear flaps and all, signed by Casey Kelly.
Very cool. You have a Sea Dogs one like that.
Yeah.
Great.
And Casey went to high school with me down in Sarasota, Florida, and
Very cool.
got drafted by the Red Sox and is now tearing it up in Korea as like one of the best, stars over there. So awesome. I don't know if it's worth anything, but it's definitely the one that I'm like most excited about.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I have and Anna, I'm not doing this to taunt you here, but I have one from the 2008 World Series, the same style that Jimmy Rollins wore out there after that.
Really? Like
yeah,
his
no, it was not actually his. No, it was the style Jimmy Rollins popularized in Philadelphia there. So sorry, Ed. We're just over here talking about our team's baseball successes.
I hate you right now. But I do have a World Series that hat, which still has the tag on it, the stickers, everything on it. Still have it from
right.
when they went to the World Series.
I have a
their what's it called? Their what's that book that they give you? Did you buy?
the program.
The program, yeah. I have a program from the World Series.
That's very
God,
cool.
I couldn't even think of the word.
I have an ice cream helmet that has the 1995 World Series logo on it, and it's got the Braves and that does have the Indians logos on it.
What
Do you
what
really
year
have
is
to?
this?
You have to go there?
95. Well, listen, it doesn't say who
Okay.
won. It just has both teams' logos and the. Listen, I was rooting for Cleveland.
Right here.
Trust me.
Right
Trust
here.
me. Man, I can't.
I
can't
remember
get away with
David Justice.
David Justice
Oh, that one hurt.
as
Actually,
seen.
that one did not hurt as much as the Marlins.
Speaking of the Marlins, they're scared to pitch to Bryce Harper here.
Wouldn't you?
Well, I wouldn't pitch to Bryce Harper.
Just say.
Yeah. So.
Here's a question. Sorry,
for it.
before we move on, just that comment Paul just said. So last week, the White Sox pitcher, what is it? What's his last name? Crease? What is it? Creasy?
I think Crease.
Cease.
Yeah.
Crease.
Cease.
Just Crease.
Dylan Cease.
Cease. That's what it is. He was 1 out away from a no-hitter and decided to
oh my God.
pitch to the current holder of the league's best batting average. So yay or nay on that decision?
I would have walked them. They've already lost. He already lost the no-no.
The
right?
perfect game.
Yeah, the perfect game. So why not go for the no-hitter? Walk the dude.
It's like
go to the next one.
It's like when Ted Williams was percentage points away from batting 400, and they tried to pull him from the lineup, and he says, "No, I'm going to pull the game. I'm going to play the game." And then he went out and went like 5 for 8 in a doubleheader and batted 406. You got to play the game, man. You can't.
No, I'm with you playing the game, but at that point, listen, you already lost the perfect game.
Yeah.
You're playing the game. That is how you play the game. You play chess, right? So
what was the score? Was it like a close game?
Oh, it was a blowout.
No, you can't walk him.
Something like that. Yeah.
You can't walk him. You got to pitch to him.
No,
I feel like
walk the dude.
I feel like he would wake up the next morning like feeling kind of gross about it,
Yeah,
right? And there
exactly.
would always be this question in the back of his head of like, could I have done it the right way? And so I feel like it's better to lose it by like getting after it and going for it. Ed disagrees, but
yeah, no, I'm with you, Anna.
You purists. You guys are ruining the game.
That's funny. Yeah, no, you gotta pitch to him. Can't. It was like I saw a basketball game where a guy was 1 rebound away from like a quadruple double. He needed a rebound. He had like some like insane stat line, and it was getting near the end of the game, and he went and he missed a layup on purpose so that he could get his own rebound.
See, no, but that's different though.
Is it?
What pitcher was it a couple years ago sitting at like 199 strikeouts or something like that and was yelling at the first baseman to drop a foul ball so he could strike the guy out?
Oh. That's funny.
It's all very fuzzy in my head, but I want to say it had something to do with Texas on one side or the other. I can't remember.
That's yeah. You can't, if you get focused on individual accomplishments like that, I think,
By the way, a little side note, it's tied, Anna.
Uh-oh.
I just saw that. I'm watching them round the bases right now. Go Railroaders.
Yeah.
Cleburne and Kane County Cougars.
Philip mentioned John Smoltz here. And this is not on the official agenda, but I'm going to introduce this question. Is there a more severe ratio of great player to terrible announcer than John Smoltz? And I will also throw in Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt just does Phillies broadcasts, but John Smoltz was an amazing baseball player and is a terrible announcer.
Who was it in the NFL that was also horrible? Tight end for the Cowboys.
I don't know.
Witten?
Also,
What is this
Jason
weird
Witten?
sport?
Jason Witten. Jason
Yeah, he
Witten.
was so bad they sent him back to play more football.
Yeah, I was like, dude, unretire and play football. You know
He actually
who's also bad? Booger McFarland. Horrible
Mm.
in NFL. The calling games. I can't do it. Joe Morgan was pretty. I didn't mind Joe Morgan. I didn't mind Joe Morgan.
I didn't think Joe Morgan was very good. It was always because it was always just like, let me talk about something that happened in 1976.
That's the thing about like former players as analysts, right? Is it's always Uncle Rico. That year we won state, you know,
Uncle
like
Rico. They're gonna throw a football over that mountain.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
that's exactly what it seems like.
Yeah, Tim McCarver. I didn't really care for Tim McCarver either. So
Everybody will say Joe Buck.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I'm sorry. It wasn't a quadruple double. It was a triple double. Thank you, Dave.
Ricky Davis.
Dave.
Those were some bad Cavs years. Oh, it was so bad.
Philly's going to the ninth with a 4-2 lead here. We'll see what the bullpen does.
My Guardians are up 1-0 in the 5th inning.
Be pretty huge to pick up another game on the Brewers here.
Brewers?
The Brewers. The who? The
no, he never did.
Arizona sure is trying to just ruin everyone's day here. They're like 20 games under 500 and they just keep beating the contenders. Okay, I have a hot take here. You guys ready for my hot take?
Let's hear it.
Actually, I like Joe Buck. I like Joe Buck as an announcer.
I don't mind Joe Buck. Joe Buck, and I got respect for Joe Buck when he said, everybody's, you know what? Everybody's going to hate. So guess what? I don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, man.
Yep.
Good.
I remember his call of the Game 4 fiasco in the 2020 World Series, which was just pure chaos. And like, if you go back and you listen to the call of that, like walk-off error, Randy Arozarena falling down and like all of that, he actually did a decent job. If you like compare it to some of the other, like the radio broadcast crew and everything, just kind of made a mess out of it. So go Rays. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind him. I don't know why he gets under everybody's skin so much.
I think it always sounds like he's rooting against both teams.
He's a very spirited play-by-play caller.
Yeah.
He's the opposite of I just hope both teams have fun.
Right? Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's like, yeah.
Hate their day.
Yeah. But I think it's because he's a little bit sarcastic.
Mhm.
And
yeah.
And because he's so funny on these shows where he sort of makes fun of himself sometimes. I always think that's
amazing.
funny. Like he was on Brockmire and just like absolutely playing like a caricature of himself, and it was hilarious.
Yeah. It's still hilarious that Buck got traded to ESPN for a random Thursday night Penn State Purdue football game.
I don't know that story. That's funny.
You know what? Where is he at now? Is he still with Fox? Because
I think he's doing football and baseball for Fox.
Is he? I thought he was.
I thought so.
I thought he was going to be doing. I thought he was doing ESPN with. Oh no, they re-signed with Fox. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
So, but you won't get them on the Super Bowl anymore.
Yeah. Wikipedia doesn't have anything after him working for Fox. So anyway,
St. Petersburg, Florida.
John Sterling is awful. That's true.
Okay, yeah. So that's right. Monday Night Football. That's right.
Yeah.
With Troy Aikman.
I had a funny thing happen where I was playing kickball. Yeah, I'm a grown man who plays recreational kickball in a league.
Dude, that's awesome.
I know, it's so much fun.
Amazing.
And we had this like punk on our team who kept trying to position himself where he thought the ball was going to be played. And so he kept like cutting off other teammates. Like if there was someone who he thought wasn't going to kick the ball very far, he'd like come running in and play like right next to or in front of the second baseman. And like the regulars are sort of like, what is this dude doing? So given Joe Madden's propensity for bringing outfielders in to play the infield, I yelled at him. I'm like, hey, Joe Madden, get back to your spot. Because I didn't actually know his name. And he's like, did you call me Joe Madden? It's John Madden.
Oh,
And I was like, oh no.
Oh.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Nice.
It was a funny
Thanks.
experience.
Thank you, Mike and Zach. That's right. He is doing Monday Night Football.
John John got a rocking chair seat back here in I want to say it was in Round Rock this last weekend. Got to catch a game from one of those special seats, which is pretty cool. It's always something I wanted to do. They've got him at the ballpark in
That's
Globe
pretty
Life
cool.
Field, I should say.
What's the most special seat you've watched a game from?
Like a suite.
A suite. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Not
No, that's
counting
not-
like.
I lied.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
a better
All right,
story.
let's hear it.
All right,
you got?
so 2014, we have this old family friend, Bobby Brown. He's passed away a couple years ago, but he used to play for the Yankees in the 1950s, and everybody's heard me talk about him a million times over. But literally the greatest man to ever exist. Was a friend of Chuck Armstrong, who used to be the owner for the owner of the Seattle Mariners. So he hooked us up, and we got President's Club tickets with like all you can eat. We got the private tour. We went up into the press box. We did everything. It was literally like the best day at a ballpark that I've ever had back at Safeco Field.
That's awesome. That's really fun.
Yeah.
My brother, the fancy lawyer, has some amazing seats, and he used to work for a law firm where they had seats like literally like right behind home plate where you were on TV with like every pitch. And so those were pretty cool. And they came with like a bunch of prepaid food because they were meant for wining and dining clients.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I would show up like some knucklehead in a Iron Pigs t-shirt. It's just
awesome.
like, another cheesesteak for my friends, please. But the like sort of akin to the rocking chairs, when we did the Missoula Paddleheads game with the big sort of Twitter meetup group last year, before I really knew you guys, otherwise I would have, agitated to get you guys out there.
I would have gone too.
No, it was great fun. But at the Paddleheads game, we sat around. It was like blazing hot, right? Like we're in the middle of a heat wave, like we are right now, and we sat around like these fire pits that also came with like a bunch of free food, and so
that's awesome.
That was fun. Yeah, it was really fun.
That's in Missoula.
That was at Missoula. Yeah.
That sounds like a perfect baseball day, because if you set it up right, you float down the river, you get out,
right,
you go see a ball game, and then you're sitting around a fire pit. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's pretty legit.
What else you could ask for?
Oh, I know, right? Like, I mean, it's just you're asking for the perfect night for a baseball game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You're just hoping the temperature just goes down just a little bit, just so you are able to enjoy that
yeah,
the fire pit.
Yeah. It was it really was like, it was a doubleheader. It was 2 7-inning games. It was great. It was my first time meeting Eric the Peanut Guy and the baseball mapper guys, and so yeah, it was pretty great evening here. So just noticing Zach Beeson's
I saw that
question about MLBPA. So I would think them unionizing would
they're not able to they can't get rid of single A because they have a 10-year
signed 10-year contract,
10-year
player development contracts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yep. So, and plus I would think the union would prevent that from happening. Because that's how come unions.
That's why, exactly. Okay, go ahead, try to piss off a whole union of minor leaguers and major leaguers now. Right. Go ahead, do it. See how that goes.
Well, here go the Phillies trying to blow their lead here. So it's 4-3 now after a solo home run.
All right.
Yep.
I like it. I like it.
Do you?
No.
It seems
I have
spiteful,
no.
You don't care. You're not emotionally invested in my Phillies Marlins game?
None whatsoever. It's the Marlins.
Did you guys see Philip's question up there?
Yes,
a couple minutes ago.
I did.
Oh, the best fictional
Brockmeyer.
I think Brockmeyer, right?
Brockmeyer.
Yeah, except for Bob Euchre's work in the Major League Series, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. But those are my top two. But Brockmeyer.
Yeah.
And that podcast was great.
His podcast was, and they said it was like the season 1 was ending, and I haven't had season 2 yet, so I'm waiting for it to pop up
I've been waiting for season 2.
That was another spot where Joe Buck was very funny.
Oh man, so many good people that he had on there. Oh
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that was a funny podcast. I liked that.
Yep, Brockmeyer. That's my fictional play-by-play caller.
Yeah.
So Frozen Jack and Pepsi. Absolutely, Mike. Absolutely.
I would go Jack and Coke. The Pepsi is an interesting
Yeah,
remake.
it's delicious. That's why.
Pepsi over Coke, you think?
Pepsi all day long.
For me, it's the funny thing is I like Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is like my favorite soda. But then after that, and that's a Pepsi product, then after that I go Coke.
Dr. Pepper is independent, actually. Dr. Pepper 7
Is that true? I thought it was a Pepsi product.
Born in Dublin, Texas.
Here's a relevant question for an upcoming episode of my podcast. Fireflies or lightning bugs? I'm gonna guess Ed, lightning bugs. Anna, fireflies.
We call them glow bugs.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Their butts glow.
Their butts do glow. It's part of a mating ritual. It's true.
Learn more on Baseball by Design.
Right.
Wait for it. Wait for the glowing butt episode of Baseball by Design.
The only good thing about Pepsi is Mountain Dew. Whoa, Chris. I like you guys.
Chris coming in hot here.
Mountain Dew is delicious, though. Now I'm not gonna hate on that.
All right.
Have you had a Dublin Dr. Pepper?
Have I had a Dublin Dr. Pepper?
What's a Dublin Dr. Pepper?
So, Dr. Pepper, invented in the city of Dublin, Texas.
Oh.
A true Dublin Dr. Pepper has nothing but pure sugar cane in it. Doesn't have any of your additives like your sweeteners or anything like that. It is diesel.
Dangerous.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Is it
maybe not great for you?
But is it still 23 flavors? Like, where do the 23 flavors come from? If it's just
different sugar cane flavors.
Really?
No, I think I might have misspoken. It's just like it's pure sugar instead of like corn syrup or whatever it is that they use to flavor the sweetener, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a Mexican Coke.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. That is a totally different Coke. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tastes very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely agree there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Never had a Dublin Dr. Pepper. We did drink lots of flaming Dr. Pepper and
So Zach, I think, is right here that and we actually talk about this on the upcoming episode, that it is very much like a South Carolina, like the east and the southeast and the sort of Midwest east, like Ohio-ish. That's lightning bug country. And then like the sort of north and the east or the west part of the country, that's firefly country.
But you don't want to be known as the Columbia lightning bugs.
Can't be the Columbia lightning bugs.
Doesn't roll up. Yeah, it doesn't roll. It's like the sod poodles, like, yeah,
right.
It's technically the right thing, but I don't think anybody's ever said the word sod poodle before.
No.
I think that these terms never really existed. No one ever called a moose a paddlehead.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone ever really used sea unicorn. Sod
no,
poodles.
I think the sea unicorn, I have heard it.
Yeah,
You're thinking chicken of the sea, I think.
Oh my.
We're going down a path that
That's funny. We still have 17 minutes to go, guys. Keep it together.
See, I'm with it is a lightning
Cheer
bug.
one is good. Cheer one is
Yeah.
RC Cola is good too, though. I like RC Cola.
I like any argument where like I can argue that my weird regionalism is the absolute correct way to speak.
Water.
Water. Down the shore. Hoogie.
Oh my god! And it's like it's also the comment of soda or pop. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. There's a correct answer, and then there's pop.
Wow.
See what we did?
Wow.
We got your fierce regionalism. We got your dander up.
Yeah. And it's also this is one that me and Darla we fight about: cart or buggy.
Like
a shopping cart.
A buggy is not a thing. That's what the foreigners say.
I know. Hey, hold on a second.
So Darla says buggy. Where's Darla from? We got to have your wife host
hold
an
on
episode.
a second, because I'm the foreigner here, and I say cart.
I mean, like all the European kids and the Australian kids, they used to call them a buggy back in college.
Oh my god. Here, everybody talking about the child's pronunciation. Oh yeah, that's actually a good one. I saw that, Mike. That was hilarious. Any fans of Big Red?
Solid
Jim
soda.
Kelgard child's novel. Oh,
Big
there's
Big Red Machine.
I was a huge fan when I was a kid of an author named Jim Kelgard, and one of his famous books was about he always wrote all these books from like the perspective of animals, and one of them that was very famous was Big Red, about an Irish setter dog.
I read that book.
Did you read that book?
I read that book about the Irish setter. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Big Red.
Kind of sad.
And then he
right?
had like a whole bunch of other books like set from the perspective of like different like wild animals like wolves and and so yeah, it was Jim Kelgard, like weird spelling, like KJELL something. So anyway, bet you I didn't think that I was going to be talking about Jim Kelgard tonight.
Who has their bingo card?
Next week, Kurt Vonnegut.
Chris has also read it. Look at that.
Chris read that book too. See,
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
For school too, so it's not that strange.
See,
Big Red Dog.
I've read that one.
Look for the Big Red Dog. Little different, slightly different book. Oh my!
It's a great book. Okay,
Ed, for God's sake, what do we have left on the itinerary here?
American Association playoff. Well, actually, if you want to talk about your Phillies, because you haven't talked about them enough today.
So they're just trying to crush my will to live, is all right. Like, and this game that they have going on right now is sort of a microcosm of that. In that, like, they'll look like just undefeatable, right? Like they'll have this like crazy run where they win like 7 or 8 in a row. They had won, I think, 6 or 7 in a row. They went to Arizona and they were winning 7-0. And it was just cruising. Kyle Schwarber had just hit a home run to put them up 7-0. And like the announcers are basically just like laughing, just like, hey, this game's easy, right? John Kruk, by the way, is a great announcer for the Phillies. And then they ended up losing that game 13-7 after being up 7-0 in like the 5th inning, and then lost 5 of their next 6 like badly.
Yeah, and it's just their will to live was gone.
They crushed my will to live, and now you've got Brogdon in here trying to like walk the bases loaded with a 1-run lead against the friggin' Marlins. And it's just like one of those things where like every time you start to feel a little bit good about like, oh, maybe this 10-year playoff drought's about to end, because of the 3rd wild card spot and because the Brewers don't want it, apparently. Like the Brewers are not interested in being in the playoffs this year.
I don't understand that team. But you also have to understand, like, Arizona is that one sneaky team that no one counts them in, and they just go like, hey, no one is expecting us to win. Let's just go out there and play.
Right.
And they just crush your soul.
They're upending all the wild card teams.
Yeah. They just want chaos.
Yeah. Because they've been like I said earlier, they're like 20 games under 500, but they keep
they should automatically change their name to the Arizona Serpientes from now on.
I really like that logo a lot.
So much better.
Yeah.
Although I think that's the one constant team that keeps changing the uniforms like every other year.
Is that just snakes though, right? Isn't that just the Arizona Snakes?
Yeah.
So what would be Diamondbacks in Espanol?
Oh yeah. Oh, this is like now we're pulling a Mike Sellers here.
Yeah, we're just gonna say here.
We're just gonna ask Ed to translate a bunch of weird stuff into Spanish. How would you say Wednesday night baseball banter in Spanish? And can we get Eric Lichtenberg to design us a logo?
Presented by Babbel or something like Duolingo.
Our Copa edition of Wednesday night baseball banter.
Yeah, say it in Spanish.
Baseball is baseball or pelota.
Oh, you're actually saying it?
What you asked me to say?
I was just being funny. I like it though. It's baseball though, right? It's BEIS. Yeah,
baseball. Yeah. And then Wednesday is spot there it is. And then Wednesday is miércoles. Wednesday night. See, here's the thing. Like everybody expects it like to be like this like easy transition in Spanish, and it never is.
Yeah.
Ever. Right.
Yeah.
And this is what I was explaining to Mike on his podcast is that you want it to sound the same, and it never does.
No, I think Mike was taunting you with that, right? Like he was finding like weird idiomatic expressions that didn't translate. Now, the best word in any language for baseball is obviously, as Anna knows full well, the Dutch word honkbal.
Yes, so good.
Yeah.
Honkball.
Yeah, I'm gonna
like
get
it.
myself a helmet stroopwafel and go for some honkball.
Honkball, and then in Ireland they have a game called hurling, which I mean, not curling,
Different
but
from curling.
hurling,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
All right.
As in
yeah,
hurling.
yeah. That's what exactly what it sounds like. Yeah,
Gotcha. Like,
Oh no. And
there it goes.
that's in which country, Anna?
that's in Ireland.
That's in
All the
Ireland.
Guinness.
I feel like
Mhm.
I feel like I should know. That's funny. I feel like I should know what hurling is, given that given
Oh,
my
I know what
heritage.
hurling is. You put Guinness in front of me. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I get it away.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh
Any
no.
dark beer like that, I can't.
Don't want to
So-
chew on them.
Mm. I was drinking one from Utah called Polygamy Porter. So good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's like a nitro. It's like super smooth. Yeah, it was really good.
nah, I'm good.
You're
What's
good.
that brewery? It's called starts with a W, right? Something up there. in
Yingling?
Salt Lake. No,
No.
W.
No, that's a why.
Anyways, but,
Yeah, but what is it in Spanish? How do you say Yingling in Spanish?
Yingling. Here,
Oh,
hold on. Let me say it with an accent.
the
Jingling.
jingling.
in
Joe
Texas,
también.
it's Yangling. That's like
Yang,
literally,
yang,
a
Alright.
yang,
waitress one time said
Get
Yangling.
the-
Yangling.
Let's get the comments going here. What's everyone's favorite beer? Your
Yeah.
favorite beer in the
Excellent.
comments.
Oh, dude. Hawaiian brewing company,
Oh, Kona?
Kona. They
Yeah.
have a pineapple one.
Mm.
Man, is that good?
They have would you put that beer on a pizza?
That's what I was gonna say. Put a little.
I will. Oh God, just let's go.
Kona
Finally, an easy translation.
Kona has one that I really like that you can only get in Hawaii. That is
Span beer.
not spam beer. No. Ooh, I want some musubi though, right? Like that's Shane Victorino's favorite food is musubi. The Flying Hawaiian. No, they have a coconut beer called Cocoa Brown.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It's super good.
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
Ed, don't yuck our yum.
I'll say this: like Dave says, Oktoberfest. That thing is popular like no one's business.
Yeah.
Oh man, that thing is Oktoberfest, and then Christmas Hell in Cleveland. That thing every single time. Labatt. What is it talking? My group. Polygamy Porter.
They have a couple other beers. One of them's called Five Wives, and the other's called Five Husbands.
That's
right.
I mean, you gotta have some fun with it.
And you can only get them there. I only know this because I actually went to like a liquor store in Salt Lake City with my friend Song, and I was checking out all the beers, and I actually got I was laughing at the Polygamy Porter, and then she was just like, she's like, it's actually really good. So I got some, and yeah, and she's right, it's good.
Did you keep the can?
Wasatch.
Well, I still have some upstairs.
It's called Wasatch
Wasatch.
Brewery.
Oh,
Yeah.
I almost said that out loud, and then I got distracted.
Sea Dog Wild Blueberry.
Oh yeah, all right.
Fatheads has a bumble. Fatheads.
A
You guys ever
stadium
heard
beer.
of Fatheads?
Mm-mm. Well, like the wall decorations.
No. There's a
Oh.
brewery called
Okay.
Fatheads, and they have a bumbleberry. Oh, it's like blueberry. Oh, the actual blueberries in it too.
Yeah.
If you get it like in the draft, my God, that's
I'm
good.
a fan of like fruity beers in general. It's not like I feel like beer should be beer, but
No.
nah, you're for it. So here in Texas, there's a brewery called Martin House, and they partnered with a little company called Best Made, which you may recognize. I don't know if they sell their pickles outside of the state of Texas, but it is a pickle beer. It's like literally pickle flavored beer, and it sounds disgusting, but it's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's definitely interesting.
All right.
Zach, that is my favorite rum.
Don Q is your favorite rum?
Don Q. Yeah, it's not Bacardi. Don Q. Telling you that stuff.
I did a
Yummy
factory
in my
tour
tummy.
when I was in Puerto Rico. I did
The
a factory
Bacardi?
tour of a rum factory, and
Yeah,
it was,
the one in Old San Juan.
Yeah.
Bacardi.
it was super cool.
Mhm.
Well, at least I think it was. I have a very sort of dim memory of the experience.
Yeah, someone was hammered. Well,
Beer
it's
should
better
be
than
whiskey.
Ready
Need a shirt
Pipers.
that says
Oh,
that.
bubblegum flavored soda. Fulton
Hmm.
Brewery. Oh, what was that one beer that we had, Anna?
Did we go to Fulton Brewery? Is
It's
that
a
where we
blonde.
went?
It was the blonde. It's just the. It was a
Oh,
Fulton blonde. It was great.
that one was.
Comfort Bock.
Yeah, that one was yummy.
Yeah.
Broken Bad
Alright.
Brewery, Milwaukee
Was-
is the best baseball themed brewery.
I'm hoping Eric can chime in here next week. By the way, Eric will be a featured guest on my podcast.
Nice.
Nice.
Paul Lucas and Eric Lichtenberg will be my guests next week. Yeah,
Talking about logos and ice cream helmet.
I mean, I feel that they're the godfathers of uniform reporting, not logo reporting. That's Chris Kramer, and ice cream helmets. And of course, Eric is a graphic designer in his own right. So we talked about his logos that he's designed.
Yeah, Bacardi and Don Q. I'm telling you guys got to try it. Don
Yeah,
Q.
that was the Lonely Blonde. That's right. It was so good.
Fulton Lone.
Great.
I'm trying to remember the name of the place where we congregated before the Twin Cities twin billing.
Yeah, that was a cool.
Wasn't it?
It was the brewery. Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it
Fulton.
Fulton?
I thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a
Could be
cool
making
spot.
that up, but I
Yeah.
think that's right.
It took you guys like 20 minutes to walk 3 blocks from the ballpark to the brewery.
That's because we took a whole circle. The guy who lived there told us to go the total opposite way.
I don't want to talk.
I was like, I live here. I know where this is at. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So-
Phillies win, guys. They've got a 4.5 game lead over the.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
I said they hang on. That was
Oh,
all.
they hang on. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you said hang on.
Oh, the nachos. I could
Yes.
have licked the whole thing.
Yeah, there's nachos. I was so hungry too, but I was trying to like hold off until I got to the game because I wanted to eat ballpark food,
Yeah.
and I was trying to hold on for a Juicy Lucy. I'm sorry.
Anyways.
It really was fun to Anna's when Anna retweeted me. Thank you, Anna, for the comment on your retweet of my podcast today.
Was a great
Um,
day. Yeah.
That like it was such a fun way to like reminisce about that day. I remember when we walked in and there was their general manager introducing himself to us, and now he's
That's
a guest
great.
on the
That's great.
podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he recognized us because of our t-shirts.
Hey, I know those t-shirts.
Yeah, he's like, I know you guys. All right, we got 2 minutes. Ed, who's on your podcast this week?
So far this week, obviously you guys already know Zephyr Hats.
Of course.
That was a good one. You guys got to listen to it. I did defy the laws of podcasting, and I got
Seriously,
screwed.
Icarus, you flew too close to the sun.
I did. I really
Yeah.
did, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened, but
Yeah.
And then next week, I have Minor League Mark.
Oh, Mr.
yeah.
Mark Perkins. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
cool.
in this one. I'm gonna do both the audio version and the video. I'm gonna put it on YouTube because we talked about the gloves. He's showing gloves and stuff like that. The background, it was awesome. So it was a fun conversation with him. So yeah, you guys got to stay tuned with that one.
Sweet. Anna, how about you?
I
who
know,
do you
Chris.
got
I'm
tomorrow,
sorry.
Anna?
I've been so busy, dude.
I have tomorrow, Mr. Oh God, Mr. Dave Elbrecht. I was so
okay.
nervous about saying that last name that I just totally blinked on what the first name was, but I had to. I had him say it for me like 6 times, and I tried my hardest. So when you listen back, Dave, like know that I put all my effort into that.
Who?
Oh, it's Dave.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dave. Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, that guy, Dave.
All right. Well, I took a page out of Anna's book this week. I have my dad on this week. My dad is a philosophy and religion professor, and I had him come on and talk about what kind of ball player St. Paul would be.
No, nice.
So that was fun. Dad's theory is that a team of Saints would be unbeatable. You wouldn't even need a bench. He says.
Well, if you had 9 of them, like he said, the other guys
Yeah.
would be in trouble. So yeah.
Exactly.
Nine Saints. You
and then-
can't go wrong against that.
Nah. So that's this week, and then next week I've got Paul Lucas of UniWatch and Eric Lichtenberg, of course.
Ooh,
And then,
Paul Lucas.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So and then after that, I don't know. I've got the Fireflies. I've got the Hops,
Paul
the
Lucas,
Hillsborough
who
Hops.
hates the side
He
for
hates
he hates them.
the branded logos on the side
Hey,
of the hat.
he has. It's like me with like saying that I don't like having the stickers on the hat at all ever. I think he takes it out to a whole different level when it comes to the disdain of having the brand on the side of the hat. It's
I have
hilarious.
a black Richmond Flying Squirrels cap that I took it was like a giveaway from a game, and there was some like, I don't know, it was like a Pepsi or a grocery store, some like, it wasn't one of the hat brands, it was some like sponsor brand,
like a giveaway brand. Yeah,
and I spent a long time taking that out of there, and I finally got it.
I have a Martha's Vineyard one that I want to do because they have like this ugly thing on the side.
Oh yeah,
it's like
Railroaders take the lead, by the way.
Yeah, see,
you liehead.
So
you lost our trust. Hey, we got one after. It's one after top of the hour. I'm late for my helmet Sunday.
No, I don't wear that one. I don't wear them. I never wear it.
Maya and I have a date to watch She-Hulk.
How's that going?
Well, it's not great. It's not Marvel's best work, but Maya likes it, and she's 15, and so we're gonna hang out. We're gonna watch it and have some helmet Sundays. Yeah.
Nice.
So
yeah, enjoy.
Maya's been getting out of school early because of the heat wave we're having here. So she's
Back in my day, you have to sit.
You just went to school, right? Like you just sat there and you sweated, and if you passed out, you passed out. They just dragged you out into the hallway,
push you to the corner,
splash some water in your face, right?
I just want to go on record saying that if any Northerner ever makes fun of Texas for shutting down in snow, I will throw this right back in their face.
I got a quick 2-second story. I'm talking to the supervisor here in North Carolina. He goes like, it's great here during the summer, but like if you have to go work outside, you gotta have to deal with the winter. And I'm like, you're adorable. So the winter here in the South.
That's funny.
Adorable.
Well, after living in Colorado and Philadelphia for a while, I think I'm done with winters. I'll be happy to have you make fun of me for my winters here at some point. So
I'm going to.
Hey everyone, this was fun. This was a good time. Next week, I will be a person who has seen a game on both sides of Canada. I will have seen
Berry Jelly,
the Expos, and I've been to a minor league game in Quebec, and then in just a few days from now, I'll be in Vancouver.
Love it.
Yep.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.